Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another Gay Gamer video podcast. This week was Eurovision. It's my favorite, as you know. If you're a regular viewer, you know that every year at this time I get very excited and I take time off work so that I can actually watch the live streams of the semifinals to see how my favorite songs do before the grand final on Saturday. And while it's great that Logo now airs this in the United States, unfortunately Logo is not actually in high def on our local cable channel, so it looks like ass. And we ended up actually streaming it on the Logo YouTube channel, which streamed in glorious high def onto our television, and it was wonderful. It did glitch up, but thankfully after the winner was announced and just before she was going on to take her bow and do her performance again, so it was okay. But the semifinals are blocked in the US because Logo's YouTube channel won't air them here. They don't do the semifinals, they only do the finals. So for the semifinals, thankfully the Eurovision website actually offers a list of unblocked countries where you can click and watch their broadcasts. I found the Germany one actually had a really good quality picture. Didn't understand a thing the announcer was talking about when he was introducing the acts, but the picture looked good, and that's all that really matters. It was actually a really surprisingly solid Eurovision. I wasn't crazy about the opening acts or the interval acts while they were tallying the judging. They just did nothing for me. But the actual Eurovision songs and performances were really good. There were only a couple of duds, but you need those bathroom breaks, so it's fine. It's a long show. And it was crazy, and of course there's always like that one WTF moment, which in this year happened to be the guy that protester jumped the stage during the Great Britain performance by Surrey, and he grabbed the mic, and it was terrifying, but then they got her another mic and she finished her song and she sounded amazing. It's actually not a bad song. The UK doesn't always have a good song, but this year they were solid, but they ended up like way down towards the bottom. But it was a good show, and surprisingly, my top two favorite songs ended up the top two favorite songs. And my favorite song won. Go figure. And my second favorite song came in second. That hardly ever happens. My favorite songs sometimes barely even get out of the semifinals. And if they do make it to the finals, they're dead last. Which happened this year with my third favorite song, which ended up in like next to last place, which is annoying because Finland had a really, really good song. The music video was terrific, and then her stage performance was amazing. She spun around on a wheel on stage, and then she sang with her androgynous backup dancers. It was amazing. It was so good, and it should not have been in next to last place. So annoying. But my other two top three favorite songs ended up in first and second place, mostly because of the popular vote, which I think this year I finally was able to understand how the math works. Because if you can be in 6th or 7th place, but if you're the one that gets the most popular votes, you can get 500 and change points, which can throw you all the way to the top of the rankings all of a sudden. So, while I did enjoy Cypress's song Fuego, and her live performance in the finals was much better than her slightly rocky vocals in the semifinals. I was like, ooh. Her dancing is great and the song is amazing, but her live singing was not great. But in the grand final, she actually sounded much better, and I'm like, okay, this is worthy of winning. It didn't, because Israel won with Netta's song Toy, which was my favorite song on the album this year. It's my favorite entry, and I just love it. So I'm super excited that it actually won, because, like I said, my favorites hardly ever win. And now Israel will host it next year, so we'll see how that goes. Enough Eurovision, onto gaming, because this is a gaming podcast. So, as far as gaming, I actually dusted off the Wii U, if you can believe it. And I fired up Wii Fit again. Longtime viewers of this, or fans of mine from when I was writing for GayGamer.net, will recall that I lost, like, what was it, like 40 or 45 pounds? I think it was 40 pounds I lost total because of Wii Fit. I went from 185 pounds to 145 pounds. Although I found out Wii Fit wanted me to be, like, 145 was like my ideal BMI, according to Wii Fit. But when I was 145, I was like, oh, I'm a little too skinny. I looked not well. So I, like, put on a few more pounds just to, you know, not look so gone. Yeah, it was amazing. It was great. It got me, I lost like 25 pounds. Then I lost another 15 because I took up running, like actual running, not just Wii Fit running in place in my living room with the Wii remote. But recently I have found that I've been packing on the pounds, and when it was, you know, oh, 5 pounds, whatever, oh, 10 pounds, whatever. And then I got to be like 15, 20 pounds, and I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm getting a little too out of shape. I don't care for this. So I decided that I was going to try to get back in shape. The problem is that I tried running, but I haven't run properly and regularly in a while, so my legs were like, what the F is this? And my body had no endurance and was like, ugh. So I decided, all right, let's do what I did all those years ago with GayGamer.net, and I will attempt to play Wii Fit every day. And I've been doing pretty good. I've skipped a couple of days. I skipped like 2 days in the past week, so not horrible, just a couple. But I've been trying to play it for at least 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how much time I have, just to do something. Some sit-ups and push-ups and some kind of aerobic exercise, whether it's the hula hoop or the running, or the boxing is a good one too, just to try to get my endurance back up and get in a little, lose a few pounds and get in better shape. And once I get my endurance back up, then I can try to run properly again and continue that, because that also helps. It also adds a little variety, which is nice. I was a little annoyed because like, I don't even have my Fit meter anymore. Like, one broke and the other one just, it like came apart and I lost all my data and I said F it. And I think I threw them away because I was like, I don't play Wii Fit anymore anyway, who cares? But then every time I would start Wii Fit, it's like, hey, transfer your data from your, you know, Wii Fit pedometer. And I don't have a Fit meter, so I would skip it. Thankfully, after a few times, it was like, you skipped your Fit meter data a few times. If you want to just delete your Fit meter, you can go into the options and do that. And I did not know that. So that was very nice of them to tell me that. So I went in and I deleted it because I'm not using a Fit meter, I'm just using the Wii Fit. So now it doesn't ask me for the Fit meter or to do anything with the Fit meter anymore, which is nice. Hopefully I can stick to that, and when we'll see how, if I can, you know, get myself in shape and look a little better and feel a little better. That's more important. It's the feeling better. I've also been using my Switch to play Dragon Quest Builders. Unfortunately, I got like super duper frustrated because there's this one quest where I was supposed to build a stone stockade along the side of my town to help protect it against the monsters, and it was like not working. Nothing. I built it like 3 or 4 times and nothing was working, and I'm just like, oh my god, you're killing me. And I was bitching on Twitter, and then some people on Twitter were like trying to help me, and they're like, did you try this? Did you do that? Are you sure it's this? And I'm like, yes, yes. And we finally discovered that the problem was that because it was a main story quest, I had to lay down the blueprint and build on top of the blueprint. The problem is that I had forgotten how to even do that. Because when I was looking at the model of it, and it told me what pieces I needed, like how much of each piece that I needed to build it, how many blocks and how many spikes. The problem is that I couldn't figure out how to lay that down on the ground like I did before. And it turns out that you can't do it from that. You have to go into items and have the blueprints in your inventory and then activate it from your inventory, not from the buildings part of the menu. That's like where you're just looking at recipes. I'm like, that's kind of annoying. So once I found that and I laid it down, then I was able to just build on top of the blueprint, and then I finished the quest. Thank God, finally. It's just that I hadn't laid down a blueprint to build on top of it in a long time, because that was like part of the original tutorial, which I had played, you know, weeks ago, because I'm only playing it for a little bit on the train after work on the way home. You know, I play it for like half an hour every couple of days, whatever, so it had been a while, so I had forgotten about it. I don't retain things well, I'm old. So, but also this game is like super picky. Like, if you're trying to build a room, and like if someone says, hey, can you build me this kind of a room? And you try to build that room, it gets really picky. And like, you have to have everything just so, and it's like, well, what am I missing? And there was one time I got super frustrated, and then I realized that like the wall wasn't meeting correctly, and I just needed like one more set of blocks, and then it was like, oh, okay, there we go. And then it was okay. Because it glows once you finish the room. And I'm just like, oh, this game's too picky. I'm like, just let me build what I want to build, you know? Which you can build what you want to build normally, but if it's part of a very specific quest and they want a very specific kind of a room, you have to do it exactly right. And sometimes it's hard to figure out what you've done wrong, because it's not like you can say, okay, I'm trying to build this room, and you look at the recipe, and it's not like it highlights and says, you're still missing this, which would be super helpful. It doesn't do that. So, I'm starting to get a little frustrated with Dragon Quest Builders. We'll see if this continues, how much longer I can last with it. I'm also still playing Mass Effect Andromeda, which I'm making some good progress in. I feel like I'm heading toward the end game. I'm not sure. I feel like it's heading towards the end game, but probably there's a bunch more quests left to go, because I feel like I still need to level up some more. But I need to look online to see like what not a walkthrough. I don't want to cheat. I just want to look at a list of the main quests. That way I can see like how much more I've still got to go, how far I am. Because I just went back to another planet to do some more side quests to bring it up to 100% viability, because all of your colonized planets, I wanted to get the achievement for getting all the planets up to 100% viability. Even though this planet, it said 98 and then I got the achievement, whatever, it's close enough, I guess. But I did something else. I forget what the other side quest was, but I did something else where it was like a major side quest, not just like a fetch quest or do this or whatever. And it was something where like I had done a bunch of different things to finish this, and I felt like it was worthy of a trophy, and then I didn't get a trophy for it. So I'm like, wait a minute, is it really worth it to go and collect all the plants or to collect all of the minerals or whatever? Like, if I'm not going to get a trophy for it, like, what is the point? Like, am I just leveling up? Like, do I really need to level up that much? Because I am worried. Like, I don't want to get to the end and get to the final battle and then not be able to do it because I'm not leveled up enough and I don't have good enough equipment and whatever. Because I have run into a couple of, like, big, major bosses where I'm like, whoa. And because they're optional, I just back off and I go do something else. But when I get to the end, you have to do that. So I want to make sure that I'm powerful enough to at least put up a fight. I don't want to be, I mean, it would be nice if I was so powerful that I could just kick its ass, but that's always fun. Sometimes I do that. I level up so much that I get to the final battle and it's like, done. And it's not even a challenge. But sometimes I get to the final battle and it's like so hard and I'm just like, fuck. And then you have to go back and grind some more, and I don't really like grinding, so that would be super frustrating. So I'd rather do as many side quests as I can, but I don't want to do too many because then it gets boring, so you kind of have to find like a good middle ground. We'll see what happens. I have talked way too much this episode, so I'm going to shut up now and let you go back to whatever you were doing, and I'll probably go play some more Mass Effect right now, well, after I edit this and upload it, and we'll see what I have to talk about next time. Bye!